Susan, my mom said hurtful things to you this morning. Please don't let it bother you. You didn't do anything wrong.
What do you mean? I'm unsure what you're referring to.
She criticized the beef stew you cooked.
Oh, don't stress about it. She's correct. I could have seasoned it better. I'll improve next time and explore new cooking techniques. I should also learn about her food preferences.
No, really, it was fine. Mom prefers saltier food. It's just a matter of taste. Your cooking is not at fault.
You've been dwelling on this, haven't you? Well, thanks for checking in. It means a lot to me.
Lately, my mom's been tough on you. I wanted to make sure you're okay. I was concerned she might have hurt your feelings. If she crosses the line, I'll tell her to stop. Just keep me informed, all right?
I'll be all right. I have you looking out for me. What more could I need? You've always been kind. Even as adults, that hasn't changed.
Nah, not really. I'm just doing what's necessary.
I think I'm crediting you appropriately. You're easily the nicest person I've known. Back in high school, I was often left out. You were the one who supported me at times.
I did my best. I'm glad things are better now.
I almost dropped out once. Without you, I might not have survived the mistreatment. You played a big role in my graduation.
I didn't like seeing you isolated. The way they treated you was immature. Plus, I always liked you.
Thanks. Still, I don't quite grasp why you like me. You've always been popular. What drew you to a geek like me?
That's simple. You handle tasks others avoid. You'd help teachers and classmates with their work. Your kindness was captivating, even toward those who didn't deserve it.
I don't think I'm that nice. I struggle to refuse when asked for help.
I can see that. You're sometimes too nice, which worries me. Even when you're uncomfortable, you endure it.
High school was tough. It's about fitting in, so I tried to conform. Everyone had a rank, and I aimed to maintain mine.
What about now? Mom wants us to live with her, but are you all right with it? I hoped we could live alone as newlyweds.
It's fine. Living with your mom is okay, if it's best. I promise. She's anxious about aging, which I understand. You're her only child, her support.
Thanks for understanding. Mom appreciates it. But won't living with her be stressful? You might feel on edge at home. She might criticize you often. Can you handle that?
I'll manage. I promise. Your mom's usually nice. Let's give her a chance. You don't need to worry.
As I said, you tend to endure despite feeling bad. I want to ensure that's not the case now. If issues arise, don't face them alone. Keep me informed, okay?
Sure thing. Thanks, William.
Susan, this is unbelievable. Is this how long you usually take just to go shopping? You better hurry up and get home, or you'll never get through the rest of these chores.
Sorry, Sarah.
Are you going to take forever like this for the rest of your life? I thought I told you to finish shopping by noon so you could get home in time to make lunch. Do you have any idea what time it is now?
I'm really sorry. I did my best. There was a long line and lots of people had really full carts, so it took me a while to check out.
You can't just blame the line for this. You should have left sooner so you'd have enough time if anything came up. Your time management skills are awful. You need to work on them.
I guess so.
You guess so? God. You can't even own up to your own mistakes. I'm trying to help you by pointing them out, but it's just not getting through.
I'm sorry. I didn't understand what you meant.
Well, I'm glad that getting on your case about it helps.
I'll be home soon. I hope you can forgive me. I'll try harder next time.
That won't be happening until you make this up to me. You're really full of yourself, you know that? I have never met anyone so self-centered in my whole life. You're lucky you've got me around to teach you to act right.
I am not full of myself. I really don't see where you're coming from with that.
Ever since you married my son, he and the rest of our family won't stop fawning over you. It's gone to your head. You know that, don't you? The only reason they're being so nice to you is that you're young and attractive, you know. Don't get the wrong idea. As soon as you hit 30, you won't be anything special to anyone.
I don't think that's true.
They're always going on about how William has this beautiful wife. Give me a break. You're nothing special. The world is full of women just like you. Don't go around acting like you're better than everyone else just because people are saying things like that to you, you idiot.
I really don't think I act like I think I'm that great in the first place. Honestly, I don't understand what you're talking about. I'm really sorry for whatever I did to make you think that.
I knew having you two move in was the right thing to do. You're just going to be a problem for my son if you keep acting like this. Keeping you in line is just my job as your mother-in-law. Now, you might not like to hear it, but this is for your and William's own good. Do you see what I mean?
Yes. I get it. You've got a good point.
I can't believe William would marry someone so silly and immature. I feel bad for him all the time. You know he only married you to be nice, don't you? So even if it means I have to go mama bear to do it, I'm going to teach you to act right.
I appreciate the help.
The only reason I'm being this harsh is that you aren't being a good wife. I hope you understand that. It's your fault. Get yourself together.
Okay. I will. I'm really sorry I upset you.
Oh, that's right. I just remembered. You need to clean out the storage closet when you get home. The house has gotten cluttered since you two moved in. And we need to get rid of some things we don't need anymore.
Sure. I'll get on it as soon as I get home.
You mean as soon as you finish making lunch? Anyway, come see me when you're ready to start working on it. Okay? I'll show you the proper way to clean it out. And leave your phone in your room while you're working on it.
May I ask why?
Because it'll distract you, obviously. You'll just play on your phone, and not a single thing will get done. Leave it somewhere out of reach so you'll be able to focus.
Okay, I will.
William, I tried to tell you that girl was hopeless.
That girl? Who are you talking about? You gotta be a little more specific.
Your wife just up and decided to run off to her parents' house for a while. I guess she's getting tired of being married already. I don't know why else she'd do something like that. She barely even gave me any notice. Well, I guess there's not much we can do about it. Maybe she's just not cut out for married life. Why don't we go out to eat as a family tonight?
Huh? What are you talking about? Susan's right here with me.
What? What do you mean, she's with you right now? That can't be true. She told me she was going to her parents' house.
What the heck are you talking about? I just told you, she's right here next to me. And by the way, you can just call her by name. Why do you keep calling her stuff like that, girl? She's part of our family now. Do you plan on just treating her like a stranger forever? Do you really hate her that much?
William, you just lied to me right now, didn't you? She can't be with you right now. You're at work, aren't you?
I'm at Uncle Bill's right now.
Why? Why would you be there when you should be at work?
He gave me a call. He told me that Susan had shown up at his place asking for help. Mom! Did you seriously lock the door to the storage closet even though Susan was inside?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Come on, Mom. You're not doing yourself any favors by pretending you don't know what's going on. You made Susan go in the closet and then you locked her in there. Is that true? You even went as far as to make her leave her phone in her room, so that she wouldn't be able to contact anyone. It's cold as hell in there, and you made her stay in there all by herself for 4 hours.
How the hell did she get out? I thought I locked the damn door.
She said that she removed the floorboards and crawled underneath the floor. She didn't have her wallet or her phone on her. But she was afraid of what you'd do if she went back inside for them. So that's why she went to Uncle Bill's to ask for help. He was pretty shocked when she showed up not even wearing shoes.
She showed up at his house barefoot? How embarrassing. What a strange thing to do.
Mom, the only doing anything embarrassing here is you. What the hell did you do to Susan? She's got all kinds of injuries. Like, she looks like someone beat the crap out of her.
She thinks she's too good to take care of her own house. Someone had to straighten her out.
It's like you've never even met her. The Susan I know is one of the most responsible people I've ever met. She wouldn't be caught dead neglecting her chores. If anything, she's too helpful for her own good. I can't imagine her acting like she's too good for anything.
She just puts on a good face when she's around you. That's all. You shouldn't let her fool you. You're going to wake up regretting you married her one day. This act of hers won't last forever.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about. You've been taking advantage of how passive Susan is, and heaping all the cruelty you want on her for way too long now. I know the kinds of things you've been saying to her lately.
William, you just don't understand. If I'm not blunt with her, she's never going to realize how much growing up she has to do.
How the heck does she have to grow up? And since when the heck is it any of your business? She's an adult. You don't have any right to talk to her like that.
For God's sake, William, I'm doing this for your own good.
For my own good? How the hell is tormenting my beloved wife for my own good? Is this why you wanted us to live with you? So you'd have someone around to take your rage out on?
It's not like that at all.
Then why have you been being so cruel to her? What the hell did she ever do to you? Don't tell me you're just jealous because she's young and pretty. Because that's really sad.
Why would you even suggest that? There's nothing about her even worth being jealous of.
Well, you sure do like to tell her the same things over and over. You're always going on about how she's getting a big head from everyone in the family treats her so well. Your jealousy is so obvious, I feel embarrassed even pointing it out.
I only said that because I didn't want all of the attention to go to her head. She doesn't have anything going for her besides her youth, after all. And that won't last forever. As soon as she gets her first wrinkle, she'll see just how cruel the world really is. Don't you understand? I'm doing her a favor.
I don't know about that. Susan's pretty tough. She's been through a lot worse than you ever have.
You don't even care about anyone besides her. There's something wrong with you, William.
Look, you can say that this isn't about jealousy all day. But all you're doing is making the truth more obvious. Do you know why we all want to spend more time with Susan than you? It's because she's a nice person, Mom. And you're just not.
William, how dare you? I didn't raise you to talk to me like that. She's really rubbing off on you, I see.
Susan usually just puts up with it when people treat her the wrong way. So I've been really worried about her. But I never saw this coming. I never thought she'd let anyone carry things this far. And the worst part is that the person treating her like garbage is my own mother.
William, you're not understanding a single thing I'm saying. If you just hurry up and come home, I'll explain everything then.
Of course I'm coming back to the house. But I'm not bringing Susan with. I'm done with making her put up with you. Uncle Bill is coming with me, though.
What? What reason would he have for coming over right now?
Well, he saw just how bruised up Susan is. He has a few things he wants to say to you about it. Plus, I'm so mad right now, he's worried about what I'd say if I went by myself.
You're mad? At me?
Of course I am. It'd be weirder if I weren't. And I'm letting you know right now that Susan and I are moving out. And from here on, we don't want anything to do with you.
You can't really mean that.
But I do. You're not my mother anymore. You and I are strangers from now on.
Strangers? What are you trying to say? I'm your mother, for crying out loud.
Not anymore, you aren't.
William, who on earth raised you to be so insolent toward your mother? It wasn't me.
Sarah, this is Susan. You're upsetting my husband.
How on earth did you manage to escape from that closet? You'll return home and go back in there if you know what's best for you.
I apologize for that. It was simply too frigid in there to stay any longer. I had to leave while I could still feel my hands and feet. Thank you for all you've done for us so far, Sarah.
Oh, spare me. You're full of it. Let's just focus on the issue at hand. William mentioned he was about to visit, but I haven't seen him yet. He must have been joking about it.
No, he was dead serious. I'm certain he doesn't want me returning to your house anymore. He's searching for a hotel for us to stay at.
Then you should just go by yourself. Getting out of our lives would be the least you could do at this point. This has dragged on for far too long.
William intends to stay at the hotel as well. But he will need to go back to your house a few times to collect our belongings. Additionally, he mentioned he and Uncle Bill are on their way to talk to you right now.
Why are they so kind to only you? Only you. And there's nothing particularly special about you.
Well, they're all genuinely nice individuals. I don't believe it has anything to do with me. That's just their nature. They all took care of my injuries, and on top of that, they even shed tears when they saw my condition. I deeply regret how this is concluding. I should have at least tried to set some boundaries before it came to this. Perhaps then, we wouldn't be in this situation. Farewell, Sarah. I'm sorry for everything.
Fine. I don't care. Leave and never return. Don't even think about taking my son with you. Please.
I mean, you can say things like that all you want, but I have no say in the matter one way or another. It's William's decision, after all. Have you finished talking to her? Uncle Bill has returned already.
Yes, I spoke with him. I asked him to come back early so that he could return your phone. I wasn't done with everything I needed to take care of. Once I've sorted out some of our belongings from the house, I'll be back. It might take a while, so don't wait up for me. Did Uncle Bill provide you with a place to stay?
Yes, your family has been very kind to me. They tended to all of my injuries as well.
Starting tomorrow, we'll be staying in hotels temporarily. Uncle Bill offered his house for us to stay. However, I don't think it's a good idea. His place is too close to my mom's.
I apologize for putting you through this.
No need to apologize. This is on me, not you. I deeply regret what my mom did to you. I should have done more to protect you from her. Things are resolved between her and me now. You won't have to go through something like this again.
I understand. What did you two decide?
I informed her that we're moving out, and that's the end of it. I made her promise not to bother you either. I told her that as long as she respects your space, I won't cut her off completely.
I comprehend. Completely cutting her off is quite challenging.
It's not like I avoided it for her sake. I wish I could have, but that would be selfish. If she ever needs help, she'll have to turn to someone else in our family. I'd rather prevent her from causing trouble for others. Considering Uncle Bill lives nearby, she could cause issues for him.
So, if she became too ill to care for herself, would you care for her?
No. I'd find a nursing home for her. I'd make the arrangements, and that's it. I wouldn't go beyond that. I don't plan on maintaining regular contact with her either.
That's almost like disowning her.
Yes, I suppose it is. If something happens, I'll find a nursing home for her, and that'll be the end of it. She's not genuinely remorseful for what she did. I've learned not to believe her apologies long ago. So, it's best to create some distance between us.
I agree completely.
Anyway, we should hurry and find a new place. Where would you like to live, Susan?
Well, it doesn't matter as long as I'm with you, William. A peaceful place would be nice. Somewhere we can truly relax. Actually, I've always dreamed of living by the sea. but I'm not sure if that's feasible for us. I wanted to give you an honest answer.
Thank you, Susan. I appreciate that. It's fine to express what would make you happy. After all, the house became an uncomfortable place because of my mom. This time, I'll make sure our home is comforting for you. Let's aim for a location near the ocean.
Thank you so much. But just so you know, I'll always feel most relaxed wherever you are. No matter how far from the ocean. I should have kept you informed about the situation with your mom and me much earlier.
You were trying to spare me from worrying, weren't you? I know you well enough to assume that.
Yes, that was part of it. I was concerned you might see me as weak. I thought you might judge me if I couldn't get along with her. I was afraid it would change how you saw me.
Nah. I would never think that way.
I shouldn't have doubted you. It's my fault for not trusting that you would understand. Especially when you've always been there for me. Next time something comes up, I'll make sure to share it with you.
You promise?
Absolutely. I promise. Let's both strive to be there for each other from now on. After that, news of my mother-in-law's behavior spread. And people began gossiping about her being a mean old lady. She's completely alone in the world now. William's relatives mention seeing her around from time to time. They describe her hair as always messy, mumbling to herself, and giving people nasty looks as they pass by. This paints her as quite a questionable figure. The kids in the neighborhood started teasing her by calling her the Swamp Witch. There's even talk that an odd smell is emanating from the house. Uncle William mentioned that you can detect it from a few feet outside the front door. It's rather unfortunate. I do feel sympathy for her, but she did bring this upon herself. The positive side is that William and I are finally living happily together now. As it turns out, we ended up moving to a house by the ocean. I was concerned William might see me as selfish when I expressed my desire. But he became determined to find a seaside home after that. Coastal properties don't come cheap, but he scoured the entire area to find something within our budget. Presently, we frequently enjoy dates on the beach. Less than a year after moving, we welcomed our first child into the world. While we lived at my mother-in-law's house, we struggled to conceive. I presume it was due to the stress. What matters now is that I'm truly happy for the first time in a while. Similar to how William protected me, I'm committed to safeguarding our child. Recognizing the positive outcomes of asserting myself. I'm determined to become stronger and more proficient at it.